Hello again. We are about to jump back into The Witcher 2. Alright, so we just had an encounter with the Kayran and some really pissy villagers. So now we need to talk to Cedric. Before I do that, I'm going to pour a glass of wine. Just going to finish off this bottle of Sin Zin. I don't imagine it's going to be very good. It's been... It's been sitting for quite some time. It's probably super oxidized, and we're gonna finish it. I might be able to crack open another bottle. Okay, not as bad as I thought. It's. I wouldn't leave it any longer than I have. It's got that oxidized bite to it. I think what I'm gonna have to do is, since I don't really drink wine too much outside of these Witcher sessions, I'm gonna have to start drinking wine, I think, for some of the other games as well, just because I don't want it to go bad. It goes bad.
Hey there, Witcher!
Hey!
Are you Geralt of Rivia?
What was that guy's name?
Who's asking?
Who wants
Thank
to
you,
know?
Master, for what you did outside Lavalette Castle.
Our family would have perished if not for you.
Oh,
Please
these are the guys
accept
from the
this modest
village!
gift.
These are the guys we rescued in the village. Ah, we did a good thing. We learned from our mistakes. I can't accept this.
I can't accept this.
But
Give my regards to your relatives.
What was... She's like waved her hand like she was offended there. Should we have accepted that? Did we like... I don't know, that felt like the right thing to do. Oh, they just left the bodies hanging there. Great. Flotsam's shaping up to be a lovely place, isn't it? Oh, a brothel. Let's talk to the, to Joyce here.
Praise the goddess.
Come on,
Oh,
nearly
Joyce doesn't
got
wanna
him. Go on, a wee bit more. Change your grip. Humans know as much about arm wrestling as I know about screwing trolls.
Ah, he's talking about arm wrestling. Ah, it's funny. Made it sound dirty. Oh, what are we gonna see in here? Flowers all over the floor. Orange. I'm not gonna pick up orange. I'm not gonna pick up the lady's tips. Is that pee? Is that a toilet bowl? It's all yellow. That's all. That's. Flotsam's gross, man. Oops. Can I talk to you? No? You don't want to talk? Alright. Oh no, there's the toilet. Well, what was in that bowl? Is that just for hand washing? Ew. That's a dirty bowl. I didn't wash my hands in that. It's gross. It's not very clean. No wonder disease is rampant.
Blossom's got a garrison. We don't need a witcher.
Yeah, bite me. Oh, okay, Cedric's... Where is Cedric? Okay, he's... Looks like he's outside. So I have to go... Is this the gate over here? No? How do we get out? Oh, I guess I have to go around this way.
Blossom's
Oh, there's
got
the
a
gate.
garrison. We don't need a
Oh,
witcher.
shut up.
Where might you be going?
What kind of question is that? Anyway, know where I can find an elf named Cedric?
Don't get involved in this.
Afraid of Sheila? I feel like that's gonna piss her off.
The merchants are paying good money for killing the beast.
Coin is never the most important thing.
I beg to
Maybe,
differ.
It's still pretty useful.
I don't trust her.
Sheila? Why not?
She's a powerful sorceress. Dangerous to her foes, even more dangerous to her friends.
Aren't
I
you
know
a
you don't
sorceress?
like her. Any specific reason?
I'm just trying to warn you.
Thanks. I guess I'll have to ask her.
How?
We're going hunting together, right after I find Cedric.
Well, then let's go see him. He should be at the top of his observation tower.
Oh, right, Cedric's an elf.
That's the spirit.
How do I... Oh, I guess Triss is going with us, so we're following her. Lobinden? Lobinden? Is that what that said?
In Belk. It'll be nearly a year now.
Moril would delight in a day like this, Saharan. Enjoy the memory of her. Don't wallow in the longing.
I try. I do. But I cannot believe all the bad blood this disappearance has bred.
Don't let
Who
others'
disappeared?
shame poison your memory of her. Hatred is but an outlet for helplessness.
Thank you, Cedric.
Wise words.
Raphael.
Raphael.
Well, I like Cedric so far.
Are you Cedric?
Who asks?
Geralt of Rivia.
Ah, the Witcher. And
Triss Marigold.
lovely scent, Triss.
Cedric, look at me.
Well,
What do
there.
you want, Geralt of Rivia?
Geralt of Rivia. I'm hunting a Kayran. Can you help? Well, let's try to exhaust some of these. Who is Moril?
The elf woman you were talking about. How did she disappear?
Saharim believes the forest took her.
What do you believe?
Moril simply vanished, almost a year ago now. Some say she was too beautiful, and Dwan must have harmed her.
You believe that?
If I have no evidence before me, I try to trust my feelings. And they tell me the forest did not take her.
Why would you keep that from Saharim?
Because it's me.
Dangerous way of
Perhaps
thinking.
she was murdered, perhaps she departed on her own, never to return. She's gone. And neither I nor Saharim can reverse that.
Yeah, defaulting, though, to trusting your gut when no evidence is there is not necessarily... It's helpful sometimes, but you don't want to live your entire life that way. That's kind of, yeah, that breeds... Recipe for misunderstandings. Know what the squirrels want to achieve? Do I have to call them squirrels?
What are the Scoia'tael fighting for?
Do you ask about the
I didn't
old
call them
ones
squirrels,
who
I don't know
hoped
why
to
not.
restore our race to its previous glory? Or about the young ones who fight for survival and out of suicidal revenge?
Yorvith's warriors. Which mold do they fit?
They believe they are still independent, and that there is but one just way to view their cause. In truth, however, they're but a shadow of the Enshe's former glory. They cling to delusions to the very moment when a sword or a noose ends their life, or until they realize the truth themselves, which is, I believe, the worst.
I like that they made elves as fallible as humans. Or the author made elves just as fallible as humans in this world. I think that was really brilliantly done. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Who exactly are you?
One who warns humans against the dangers that lurk in the forest.
Care to clarify?
Noble.
I am old, even for an elf.
No, look old.
Yet the forest is older. I've lived in it for years and understand it, though it's nothing I can explain. At times I make mistakes and people don't come home.
So you help humans?
I just know if it's safe to venture beyond the gates or not.
Alright. I like this guy. Do I smell liquor? Are you drunk? Oh, come on.
Maybe I'll come back when you're sober.
You witches live a long life. You may indeed get to see that day.
Whoa! Witty fellow. I like him even more now. I hunt
I'm looking
monsters.
to hunt in this area, and I could use some advice.
I'm no witcher. I set traps, snares, try to keep neckers away from Lobinden, that's all.
I'm aiming a little higher than Neckers.
The old man, meaning the Kayran. Finally, Laredo's splurged. Listen, I'm not one to teach your grandmother to suck eggs. You witchers know your work. But if you pay me, I can prepare a useful trap.
What kind of trap?
Puncturing trap, immobilizing trap, even decoys to pull monsters into an ambush. Whatever you like. Since I can easily finish off an ensnared necker, it should be child's play for you.
I'm looking for some Witcher's work.
I need to make a few.
We can craft
warrants.
things for
You
me,
wouldn't
too.
happen to have a job for a Witcher, would you?
There's never a shortage of work for a witcher in this forest. It's positively teeming with beasts. Though I'm not surprised they come here in droves.
Know why that is?
Cursed places attract all sorts of scum, like dung attracts flies. There was once a great house in the clearing. They locked up lunatics there. During the war with Nilfgaard, it was raised in a fire. The lunatics broiled in their cells.
Oh.
The ruins remain cursed to this day. 2 daredevils went off to explore the ruins recently. They haven't been seen since.
A great house, you say. Tell me more about the building itself.
It was an old manor house that was converted into a mental institution. There was no shortage of lunatics in wartime. They just kept coming. Reverend Mercey locked them up in there and looked after them. If you find the 2 people lost in the ruins of the mental asylum, you stand to be handsomely rewarded. By them or their families.
I'll give it a shot.
No harm in trying.
No, why not? Wait, we still gotta ask him about the Kayran. Well, let's see if he'll craft an item for me. I don't want to be locked out of that. Alright, Witcher's Robust, Silver Sword, Witcher's Silver Sword. What is Erendite? This is 12 to 18. Claw. Trap. Wounds and causes bleeding. Oh, well, I don't have everything I need for these anyway. So he can't actually craft anything. So that Robust Silver Sword is 12 to 18. What is Erendite? 12 to 19. Yeah, Erendite's better. We aren't going to be crafting that unless we have to. Hunting the Kayran. Can you help?
I aim to kill the Kayran. Heard you might be able to
Aim
help.
to kill the Kayran.
That depends
Sounds like
on
a
the sort of aid
awesome
you seek.
song name.
I need information.
We should have killed it years ago. Now I don't know. The beast has become too large for the riverbed, and it has strange growths on its tentacles, extremely thick skin. Previously, it inhabited a swamp along one of the Pontar's tributaries. Completely wild terrain. Even the Scoia'tael don't venture there. You should go see the wreck of the boat it recently sank. Inspect any traces it's left. See the destruction.
I
Where's
think we
this
can
wreck?
guess.
Venture south into the forest, then turn east toward the river. You'll find the ruins of a bridge erected long ago by the Enshe. The wreck lies at their foot.
Thanks, Cedric.
Alright.
You'll find me by the boat wreck.
Sheesh, Triss. Sure you're not overusing those teleports?
Can I come with you through the teleport? No? Alright. Thanks, Triss. Really appreciate that. Alright, find a sample of the Kayran's mucus in its lair. Ew, gross. Spider. Well, we got a trap. Bandits! Oh!
Death to all shit-eaters!
What was the button? What was the button to cast?
Your head!
What was the button to cast spells? Was it E? Q. Wow, these guys are tough. Maybe I should, maybe I'm too low a level for this area.
I'll have your head! have your head!
Okay. I just had to get the timing down. Bandits I can handle. Bandits are easy. It's the wraiths and things like that that are... Alright. Alright, let's meditate on the edge of a cliff here. Oh, I don't have any talents. Let's see if we can brew any potions. Let's see there. What was it? I don't have... What was it? White Rafford's decoction? Accelerates vitality regeneration. Now that will be handy, but that's not what we were going to use. Golden Aureole. I guess cat. We could brew cat. Oh, I can craft multiple ones at one time. Oh, that's handy. Saves me some time. Salmon. Stuns and freezes all within range. Ooh, handy. Yeah, let's create that. And then we will... It's Lapwing. Increases regeneration of vigor while reducing vitality. Yeah. We're gonna not drink any potions right now. Let's meditate for just a little while. Let's meditate until dawn. Get that health back up and... what was it? Astragar's Sommer. Oh my. That's better than Raven's armor. Well, at least the vitality is. But yeah, I think I might equip that. Yeah. Pretty rare. Ooh, fiber enhancement. Yes, yes, yes. Gonna equip that. Alright, I think that's all we can do right now. Let's continue on. We are on our way to that shipwreck. Whoa! Oh, that's cool! Oh, that's beautiful. Just like transitions as you zoom out to the world map. That's brilliant. I love that. Alright, so we gotta go find that shipwreck. Find a sample of the Kayran's mucus in its lair. Oh, more bandits. Whoa! Why did you put that sword away, man?
Wanna dance, white teddy? Wanna dance, white teddy?
Alright. No problem. Easy peasy. Ooh, in a chest. 50 orens. Alright, yeah. Oh, you don't need a fire out here. That's... Put out that fire. Gonna cause a wildfire there. It's wildfire season. Don't want to deal with that. Loot, looty, 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 looty. Give me all your junk. Give me your junk. Hey, Triss. Thanks for, helping.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I wonder what's left of that wreck Cedric mentioned.
If the Kayran
We're gonna
attacked
find
the boat,
out,
it's
aren't
not likely
we?
to be much. We're looking for traces of the beast, not boats.
Looking for traces of a beast, not boats. But I like boats. Especially wrecked boats. I call them boat wrecks. Lots of jumping. Lots of rocks to jump down. I'm gonna beat you there. Haha! First place! Suck it.
See those footprints?
Yeah. Strange place for an evening walk.
Unless you're looking for adventure.
Looking for adventure. Just glancing over to keep an eye on my capture there.
Magic or danger?
Oh, crap. Drowners! Lots of drowners. Oh! Oh, they're killing me! Oh!
Nice to run into some old friends.
Almost brings a tear to your eye.
Let's examine the traces of the...
Crap, that almost killed me.
I'm glad you're here.
Well, this all looks very mucusy. Kind of nasty. Ew. Gross, dude.
Wait a minute.
What are you going to do?
Cast a simple diagnostic spell. It should
Oh,
answer a few
simple
questions.
diagnostic spell. Fantastic.
This monster's sick, Geralt. It's dying.
Good.
How much time does it have left?
A few years? Perhaps a decade and change?
Too long.
Too long. What's wrong with it? Any information could be useful.
The diagnostic spell showed that some of the cells in its body have mutated.
I'm a mutant.
What makes you think it's dying? I mean, I'm a mutant.
The mucus cells I diagnosed are very similar to cancer cells. In some ways, they're more effective than healthy cells.
Wait, they
but
know what
they're out of
cancer is?
control. They converge to create a red tissue. Very unpleasant.
The
Ew.
poor thing.
But you brought up an interesting point. Want to know the core difference between mutants and non-mutants?
Of course.
Of course I do.
The changes made through alchemy and magic in your body would require thousands of years to develop on their own. This development would result from genetic errors that would cause your body to adapt, become a more efficient organism, effectively mutate, but over a very long time. When this development occurs over millennia, across multiple generations, we proudly call it natural selection, evolution. When it occurs quickly, in a
quite
single
progressive mind
organism
for her
or a
time.
few representatives of a species, we frown on it as mutation.
And here I thought you liked me. What else?
The Kayran's highly venomous.
Any ideas for an antidote?
Surprise, surprise.
Your Witcher's metabolism should neutralize small doses of the toxin. But if I were you, I wouldn't rely on my mutations alone. An Ostmark potion should do the trick.
I know the herb, but haven't the faintest where I might find it around here. I need to think, figure out how I want to fight the Kayran. Maybe I won't need the potion.
Do what you will, but don't say I didn't warn you. Sheila might be eager to get this done, but before you go see her, ask some of the locals about Ostmark. You could try Cedric. Here's the formula for the potion. I need to take care of some things. Manage without me for a while? See you.
And of course she takes the teleport. Yet again. Alright, well I'm gonna explore the shipwreck here. Because that's cool. Hopefully the Kayran doesn't eat me. Aha! Key required. Ah, frig. Would it be on the skeleton here? Haha! Whoa. Captain's log. Alright. We're reading this. Captain's log of the Petra Sealy? Sealy? Sheila? Shili? One of those, probably. The expedition to Loch Mewing? God. I'm never going to pronounce any of these correctly, has proven a success that will doubtlessly please both King Foltest, who so egregiously backed our expedition, as well as the university. Oswin seems exceptionally pleased. I've never before seen a sorcerer jumping for joy. That must be his height. Oswin tried to get the crew to mutiny, offering them valuables we had discovered in order to keep the artifacts for himself. Fortunately, Foltest Marines remain loyal. Passing Vergen, there was a battle in which we sunk the Daerden. We had to flee through, constantly attacked by the harpies summoned by Oswin's spell. This Oswin sounds like a dick. Oswin's spell still has the power to attract monsters, even though the sorcerer now lies at the bottom of the river. Maybe he's not dead. The soldiers bravely repel the monstrosities that harass us. I'm almost finished with my report for Oxenfurt, which sums up the results of our research and marks the location of Daerden's resting place. We're almost home. Well, they made it. Captain's report. Sealed copy of the personal diary of the Petrus as captain. An exact copy of the personal diary of the Petrus captain. An elegant note on the cover states, deliver via royal mail directly to His Magnificence, the Chancellor of the University of Oxenfurt. Oh, so is this something maybe we can do? It says quest item. So, I guess that's going to be a quest item. Fantastic. What else did we get? There's some junk in there, right? Didn't get any weapons or anything.
I could forward this. But where the hell in Flotsam will I find a drop box for the royal post?
I don't think you will. Probably gonna have to wait until you find another location, right? Find a drop box for the royal mail. Alright. Find the Ostmark yourself or talk to Cedric. Well, I think we should talk to Cedric.
That's the spirit!
Okay, Doy.
That's the spirit!
That's the spirit there, Doy. His name is Doy.
Say something.
Hello
Or did
there.
you just fart?
Hello there.
Charming, aren't they? Oh, Cedric. Cedric. Whatever. Oh, wait. Let's trade. Let's sell some of our junk. Chains! Alright. We're gonna find some Ostmark.
Cedric, I need some Ostmark. It's a rare variety of moss.
Sure he knows what
grows
it
in the
is.
ground.
I know it. There are some caves
He
to
said
the
he was
south,
old.
deep in the woods. If Ostmark grows anywhere in the area, it will be there.
I'm glad we asked him, because we never would have thought to look there. Just gotta slowly descend the ladders, even though I'm pretty sure I could just jump down. Oh. No. Let's put that away. I don't want to kill any chickens. Apparently I can kill chickens. Would it be through the city of Flotsam? Let me try that first. Oh, actually... see if anybody knows anything here. Take down the bodies already, come on.
God's bless.
Greetings. Mind if I take a look at what you have in stock?
Certainly. You're welcome to. I'm Fioravanti.
Fioravanti.
Not to be nosy, but weren't you hired to kill the Kayran? I've had my fill of this place, and I'll be glad when the blockade is finally lifted.
The reader won't let you traders out until it suits him. Seems he needs you here for some reason.
What's that supposed to mean, damn it? Is he organizing some international trade fair?
No.
I'm the subject of King Demavend. And I tell you...
Demavend's dead. Now, if you don't mind, can we get down to business?
That was weird. Ooh! I wonder if the dice is the same. Let's try it. Let's roll some dice. I haven't done that in a while. It's exactly the same as the first Witch game. Great. So I guess Gwent was only developed for the third one. I'm more of a fan of Gwent, but you know what? We'll play a little bit of dice. Oh, this is more interactive. I lost one. Reroll dice. Of course I lost.
Youngster screaming.
Let's try this again. I don't like this angle. Can I change the view? I have to hold. 4, 4. So I've got 2 pairs so far. What's the opponent got? He's got 1 pair. And I've got 2 pairs. So if we re-roll. Whoa! Oh, I thought I was holding those 2.
And how do you find country?
I'm gonna figure this out.
Leaving anytime soon.
No, come on. Let me talk to you, please.
Love is where you find.
I wanna roll dice. Freaking buzzards are back on the bodies again. Okay, so selecting the dice rejects them. That would have been nice to know. That's not good. Oh, I've got 3 of a kind. I won! Ha
Go return to
As it appears, I won't be leaving anytime soon. Please visit me again.
Alright, now I'm feeling cocky. Let's double it. Try to make back that money I lost. Ah, you lost one. Sucker. Well, I won anyway.
So how's
Okay.
it going, dear? Everything all right at the household?
Youngster screaming in daytime, the old man moaning at night.
God
bless
you. Was it worth it? Marrying an Adani?
Love is where you find it.
You're
Love
young
is where
and
you
young.
find it. That's
You'll
true.
be flotsam and tears not a year from now.
Wow. Nice. Alright, well, oh, the notices. Indraga contract. Oh, contracts! Good, good. As long as nobody calls me a beastie baiter. Ah, Triss is back. Nice of you to, let me use your teleport there, Triss.
The massacre in Rivia, it came back to me, I remember. The angry mob murdering non-humans, the young boy with a pitchfork.
Anything else?
Death, or a state close to it, I'm not sure. I felt life draining out of me.
I was there. I arrived a moment later. Too late.
Don't worry, Triss. They're only memories.
The music is really
We have
loud.
bigger problems to tackle now. Something tells me that in recovering my memory, I'll find out a lot about what we're dealing with now. How's it living with Roach's soldiers?
Splendid. I know every shit joke that anyone's ever thought up. Plus, I've learned how to burp out the official title of the Emperor of Nilfgaard without reaching for beer. Shorty's told me about his 16 children, all named after Temerian troop divisions. And I know his nickname has nothing to do with his manhood. Nice to know that you care, though.
Glad to see you in a good mood.
I think I actually like them. They're good people. One of them even proposed to me.
Of course they did.
Sorry, that's a secret.
And here I thought Roach's boys had an ounce of respect for me.
Fare thee well. Hey, Dandelion. Ah, at the bar, as any good bard should be. Bar and bard. It's like one letter off. Talk. You can tell you want to. Or what did you put in that report you gave Roche? Let's start with talk, because that's not orange, so.
I know you. I can see you're dying to ask me. What is it?
All right, fess up. What happened to Foltest?
He dead.
Want to know the version that is yet to make it to Flotsam? The king died in mysterious circumstances. The Witcher Geralt, his sword covered in blood, was discovered standing over his corpse.
Did you kill him? This'll stay between us, I promise.
The killer escaped before I could get him. I'm being set up.
So what are you gonna do? Run around swinging your sword, hoping the killer walks into range?
Yeah.
I don't have to.
It's the plan.
The killer's in the forest with the Squirtle, and he knows I'm here. We'll find each other.
Geralt, please don't do anything stupid. Don't stick your neck out. If Laredo finds out you were involved in Foltest's assassination...
What did you put in that report you gave to Roach?
You gave Vernon a full report on Flotsam. Seen anything unusual around here?
They've got some amazing women at the brothel. You should take a look. One of them.
You know what I mean.
A town like any other. It's got a harbor, an inn, and a stinking muddy river. That's what an ordinary man would say. But we poets also look into people's souls. And things are not good. I saw a robbery sanctioned by law. Town watchmen laughing as they confiscated goods, all the while talking about how they'd finally bring order to the town. I saw drunken thugs beat up an elf woman while no one even flinched. I know these things happen everywhere, but here, it's not motivated by hatred or misguided attempts at meting out justice. People are driven by cold calculation, always looking for opportunities to get a little richer.
That music is still very loud. Let me see if I can turn that down a little bit. That's quite, yeah, that's quite, it should be background music, not foreground music.
You gave Vernon a full report on Flotsam.
That's a little better.
Seen anything unusual around here?
They've got some...
Have you heard anything about the assassination?
I need information. Anything that could help me track down the Kingslayers.
I only know gossip. Things folk have been saying since Demiven's death. People are throwing out blame left and right. One day it's the elves, another the Nilfgaardians, then it's Rivians.
Let me guess. The suspects also include a Zerrikanian alchemist and a group of halflings.
Bold theory, that. But the mob comes up with even better ones. Know what? Frankly, the most worrying effect of these assassinations is the chaos they've unleashed in people's minds.
What do you mean?
I mean chaos. People don't know what to think, who's good and who's evil. And these are tough times. Who knows what's going to happen?
I have some idea. So, Master Spy, politics, care to give me your assessment?
So, Mr. Master Spy, what's new in the world of politics? Bards singing about anything interesting these days?
Eddern's in trouble. Henselt and his great army are nearing the Pontarch and will ford it and strike any day.
Well, we haven't had a war in a long time.
Like all little boys, he likes to play with his soldiers. But I don't think Kedwin will have an easy time of it. Eddern's borders are guarded by Saskia the Dragon Slayer.
Who's she? Some mercenary?
A peasant girl and self-proclaimed commander of something called the Edirnian Voluntary Militia.
Fighting women and
voluntary
play politics. These are strange times.
My memory's coming back.
Flashbacks, Dandelion.
What have you remembered?
My own death.
I saw that with my own eyes, as I've told you many times. Yennefer gave her life to save yours. I thought you might have remembered what happened afterwards. I mean, how the devil can you be here now? I hear you, I see you, you're breathing. I mean, you're just alive.
Dandelion, I've had a flashback or two. I don't know everything yet.
Later, Dandelion. Alright, I got some journal entries there. Characters. Oh, let's read some of these before they get too backed up. Flotsam Forests. The wilderness surrounding Flotsam was a thick, impassable wood wherein inexperienced travelers could easily lose their way and fall victim to the wild beasts or, even more probably, elven arrows. a rarely used, thickly overgrown route led by Kayran. I heard him pronounce it, but I still can't pronounce it. But given the forest dangers, most travelers prefer to journey by river, which makes sense. Flotsam's brothel was once one of only 2 noteworthy attractions available to visitors and locals. Yet, unlike the scaffold, the bordello kept regular hours, offered a regular repertoire, and had a regular staff. So it was pretty much watching people get, what is it? Hanged, I guess is the word. Either watching people be hanged or go to the brothel. Those are your 2 options for enjoyment in Flotsam. Fantastic. Flotsam, a river port and trading post, lies along the upper course of the Pontar among inaccessible forests in the valley that bears the river's name. Numerous trade routes meet here, and the Temerian-Aedirnian border is located nearby. Land travel in the region was arduous and dangerous, for Scoia'tael units prowled the woods. However, as they say, elves, like cats, are shy of water. I don't know if that's true. So most travelers and merchants choose to sail the river. Flat-bottom barges, punts, scows, and even seagoing cogs, I don't even know what a cog is, visited the harbor, ferrying goods between Aedirn, Cadwyn, Temeria, Redania, and Sidaris on the seashore. No wonder then that this ostensibly small outpost was of vital economic importance. He who controlled it drew immense profits from trade. At the start of our story, Flotsam belonged to Temeria, and its small garrison was tasked with enforcing the law and providing protection from river pirates, Scoia'tael units, and monsters inhabiting the surrounding forests. Prison barge. The barge moored in Flotsam's harbor was used as a floating prison for the captured Scoia'tael units and those accused of collaborating with the guerrillas. It's in unusually cramped and squalid conditions, the prisoners awaited transport to their final place of imprisonment, and then interrogation at the inevitable noose. It kind of sounds a lot like the prison ships that were common and that the English used, especially during like the American Revolutionary War. They would like cram people. They pretty much just threw people in to die. It's pretty awful. Lobendin. This small settlement, nestled against the walls of the trading post, was supposedly founded long ago by Aedirnian settlers. Even if true, this is of little consequence. Though the village was a complete backwater compared to the provincial outpost, Lobendin and Flotsam depended on each other because most of the area's fishermen, boat builders, tar makers, and hunters inhabited the settlement, providing products and services which no frontier community could live without. Elves and dwarves made up a large share of Lobendin's population. Tensions between them and the local humans were lower than in the trading post proper, as they were all united in their daily labors. Kayran's lair. The monster's lair was located near a small shoal by the ancient ruins of an elven bridge. Wrecked riverboats, heaps of algae, and the stench of rotting flesh unmistakably identified the spot which the Kayran had taken a liking. That, at least, is how it was described to me, for I was in no hurry to risk an expedition through the forest, only to tease the cranky old man in his den. When the wind blew from the ruined bridge, one could smell for oneself that there was little exaggeration to the tales of the Kayran's aromatic presence. Very poetic way of saying it stunk. It stinks so bad my eyes watered. Yeah, there we go. That's what I would have said. Lavalette Castle. During my travels, I visited the dynastic abode of the Lavalette family several times. I'm sure he did. Anyone who considers Vizima an impressive city is unlikely to have seen the ancestral citadel of the Lavalettes. The immensity of the fortress is simply breathtaking, to the extent that calling it a mere castle is either a gross inaccuracy or a jest. Expanded over generations, the walled town boasts the greatest fortifications in Temeria and perhaps in all the northern kingdoms. The citadel is located near the strategically important White Bridge, which connects to the Pontar River. Connects the banks of the Pontar River. It commands the entire area, including nearby trade routes and the river crossing. No wonder, then, that the rebellion of the Lavalettes disturbed Foltest's sleep. Dungeons of the Lavalette Castle. During one of my visits to the Lavalettes family abode, when I had the pleasure of meeting the old Baron's niece, here we go, a charming creature, but 16 springs old. Ah, Dandelion, dude. My host, clearly proud of his lands and holdings, offered to show me around the keep's expansive and varied cellars. While he entertained me with a conversation and anecdotes on various subjects, including the unique system of penalties designed for seducers of the underaged, I got a thorough tour of the dungeon beneath the Lavalette Castle. The guards were exceptionally polite and seemed to have an unerring sense of direction within the labyrinthian network of vestibules, cells, and winding corridors. I imagine that without their help, it would be easy to lose one's way there, wandering about for hours, unable to find an exit. I would not envy any soul imprisoned there. Jeez, dandelion. Oh, we got a lot of these. Sheila! Wow, she's got a big bio there. I know from experience that magicians are not above lusting for power. Among sorcerers alone, there are many whose ambition leads them to pull strings, moving kings and other mighty forces of this world. To command the elements in spectacular fashion, summon genies, spin fate, dictate royal proclamations, or at least to force others to eat chicken with cutlery, animals. This is why magicians such as Sheila de Tanzerville, known as the Koviri Loner, stood apart from the others. Lady Sheila was not known to interfere in politics, at least not visibly, instead dedicating her days to research, strict, calm, and collected. Unlike other sorceresses, she did not display her feminine charms, nor did she flirt with men, jiggling her posterior before them at every occasion. Though, and I must remain true to myself here, the world would be undeniably a much poorer place without typical sorceresses. The reason for Sheila de Tanzerville's presence, I'm gonna struggle with that every time. In a backwater town like Flotsam was initially a mystery, yet it quickly became clear that she had come because of the Kayran, a river monster. For sorcerers gladly use the organs of exotic creatures as ingredients for magical preparations, and Sheila was no exception. I mean, we've done that. John Natalis. It seems that every other person you meet took part in the last war against Nilfgaard. Such are the times in which we live. Yet we'd best remember those who made their mark in the annals of the conflict. John Natalis, Constable of Temeria, is one such person, supreme commander of the cumulative forces of the North at the Battle of Brenna. Natalis fought valiantly, commanded wisely, and contributed vastly to the victory, despite being outnumbered by the enemy's 2 to 1. And he did not rest on his laurels after the battle. Instead, he pursued the foe, routing him neck nuntius clatus. I think that's Latin or something. I don't know what that means. Never heard that. Routing him neck nuntius clatus, or nearly so, leaving but a few stragglers to flee beyond the Yaruga. John Natalis was honored richly for his deeds, and a square in Vizima now bears his name. After Foltest' death, Natalis temporarily served as the regent of Temeria. Loreto, this guy. At the time of this story, Bernard Loreto was commandant of the town watch of the river port and trading post Flotsam. He was well suited to the position, amply demonstrating this through his brutal and heavy-handed approach to enforcing the law and meting out justice to the town. This boorish veteran of the Temerian army was perfectly happy with his posting to the backwoods, as he had turned the borderland settlement into a private fiefdom, which he ruled through fear and might, passing and executing judgment at whim. Yeah, we saw that. I was exceptionally lucky to escape the noose back then. Despite my deepest desire to the contrary, it would not be the last time we saw Bernard Loreto. In spite of maintaining a smokescreen of law and order in Flotsam, Loreto was as benevolent to non-humans as the Emperor Emir was to proponents of democracy. Given the slightest excuse, Bernard would have gladly rid the trading post and its environs of all who were not human, using any means available. I don't like this guy. I hope we can depose him. Much evidence suggested that Loreto was profiting heftily from his position through extortion, unlawful confiscation of goods, and brazen bribe-taking. He would enlist local goons to beat and intimidate all who were uncooperative, and this was very much the order of the day. Loredo yearned for some spectacular success in his fight against the Scoia'tael, though his prison barge was overcrowded already. Capturing Iorveth remained his deepest desire. Zoltan Shive, I love this guy. The dwarf Zoltan Shive is as close a friend of Geralt's and is a close friend of Geralt's and mine. We met while we were sneaking through the forests and wilderness of Brugge and Sodden. When war raged all around and the hooves of Nilfgaardian cavalry. God, man. When war raged all around and the hooves of Nilfgaardian cavalry thundered through the high roads. Like many of his kin, he later fought at Brenna in the Mahakam Volunteer Detachment, a unit that contributed greatly to the victory, although his fact is sadly ignored by most of his chronicles. After the war, he wanted to start a business and even thought about taking a wife. Yet fate had things arranged a bit differently. Zoltan had provided his friendship to the Witcher many times, eagerly standing at his side in any moment of need, disproving those who claim that each and every dwarf is a spiteful, aggressive son of a bitch, and that they do not care for human plight, and that coexistence is impossible. I know that's not true. I know many non-humans, and if anything stands in the way of coexistence, it's human ignorance, spite, and ungratefulness. They say a dwarf would get himself hanged for a friend, but Zoltan was in my company on the scaffold for another reason. The local authorities had accused him of colluding with the Scoia'tael, and that's usually enough to earn one the main role in entertainment, like mourning execution. Yeah. They say all elves are beautiful, and that they are born thus. In Iorveth's case, someone set out to change this, marking his face with an ugly scar that the elf partially hid beneath a crimson headscarf. Iorveth was a living legend, the elusive leader of the Scoia'tael unit, whose members gave no thought to laying down their arms and continued their war against humans. Stories of his deeds, of his deep hatred of Dwan, painted him as more akin to the vengeful ghost than to an individual made of blood, bone, and flesh. Certain sources claim that Iorveth was the Kingslayer's ally and thus involved in recent events, yet Geralt's first meeting with the elf brought few answers and ended with Scoia'tael archers laying down a deadly barrage. Indeed, it seemed at the time that the elf would only ever answer the Witcher with arrows. In the eyes of some people, like Loredo or Roach, Iorveth was a common criminal, his hands stained by the blood of innocents. Indeed, the list of those he had cut down in this fight for freedom could easily rival the number of ballads, romances, and ditties in my repertoire. Dimavend, son of Virforil, ruled the kingdom of Edirn, which was mightily aggrieved during the last war with Nilfgaard. A proponent of authoritarian rule, he is seen as having no love for non-humans. He often moved radically against the Scoia'tael, though he drooled in spite of himself when the guerrillas perpetuated massacres on his own people. And these justified the punitive expeditions he delighted in sending into the foothills of Dol Blathana. Jesus, these names. He also showed no shyness towards imprisoning and torturing rabble-rousers and street prophets who would interfere with his politics. Thus, it is no wonder that many could not wait to see him dead. In spite of this, his subjects could not help but be surprised by his death, for it was not every day that a crowned head paints the palace floor with its blood. Slayer. Disguised as a blind monk, the mysterious assassin took Geralt by surprise, displaying immense self-control and lightning reflexes, not to mention a talent for acting. He murdered the king before the Witcher's very eyes, and then leapt out the window of the cellar before Geralt could grab him. Surviving the fall unharmed, the assassin fled with the aid of some Scoia'tael. The information in Verdun Roach's possession served to confirm what Geralt had witnessed. A man matching the Kingslayer's description had been seen in the company of the Scoia'tael near the trading post Flotsam. Finding him seemed like the Witcher's only chance. Arian Lavalette. He's dead now. Baroness Lavallette's eldest child, Arian, was beyond all doubt her and the old Baron's son. Raised to be a knight, he sought to uphold the virtues of this state, valuing courage and valor and striving by his every deed to embody them. He must have felt extreme discomfort by the conflict that engulfed him, as at its roots lay his mother's and his family's honor. Pitted against widely discussed rumors of a love affair between the Baroness and King Foltest, though the situation was dire, the young knight valiantly commanded the defense of his family's castle, intending to give not an inch of ground. Seeing that further resistance was hopeless, however, Arian yielded and laid down his arms and placed himself at the king's mercy. Fate seeks forever to amuse itself towards this purpose, and towards this purpose likes to play tricks. It brought the former foes together once more as both fled the dungeons beneath the Lavalette family abode. Honor prevented the proud youth from fleeing his family's seat while it was in enemy hands. Arian made the decision that meant certain death for himself, but he nevertheless made it without hesitation, sealing with his sacrifice the bloodiest chapter ever in the Lavalette family annals. Well, I think the Lavalette family is done, so yeah. Bloody and last chapter. Shillard Fitz Osterlden. Many northern kings appear in this story, rash and thoughtful, amorous and frigid, brave and cowardly. The reader should easily see that their crowns be removed, and a pitchfork, sword, and a bunch of bills or goat's apple given in a scepter's stead. They would be as human as we are. The same, however, could not be said of the Emperor of Nilfgaard, the white flame dancing on the barrows of his enemies, whose shadow fell over all the events that I have written down. In this case, that shadow is represented by Shillard a consummate diplomat who started more than one war, only to end it accepting homage from the defeated. Vess. I love Vess. The fair-haired Vess stood apart from the rest of Vernon Roche's unit, and not only in that she was the only woman in an elite formation of hardened cutthroats and swashbucklers, her girlish face and shapely body would stand out even if a uniform did not emphasize them. For there is something in soldier women that attracts a man's gaze, and Vess was no exception. The reader should not, however, be misled by this description. One does not earn a Blue Stripes membership with good looks, but with skill, determination, and at times ruthlessness. Anyone disregarding Vess would pay dearly for misjudging this young woman. Because of her gender, Vess would sometimes receive assignments where her beauty was more important than her combat abilities and efficiency. Roche has used Vess as his trump card more than once. Yeah, she is a badass. Anais Lavalette, the daughter of Baroness Mary Louisa Lavalette, was a scant few summers old at the time. Rumors that King Foltest was her father gave beginning to many important events. Boosie Lavalette. No more than a lad back then, Boosie already displayed the pride and obstinacy typical of the Lavalettes. Some, however, attributed these qualities to the fact that King Foltest was his father. I think that was about it. Oh, the Wild Hunt. There we go. According to tradition and eyewitness accounts, the Wild Hunt abducts people, forcing them to join its mad gallop in the sky. Very, Norse, piece of mythology there. Doesn't, kind of a little bit different than the medieval vibe we get from The Witcher. Its harvest is typically rich just before or during a great war, like a few years ago in Novigrad, when over 20 people went missing without a trace after the Wild Hunt passed. Some of the abductees managed to escape the cavalcade back into the world of the living, but the stories they told were so extraordinary that they were always considered insane. Well, some very detailed, fascinating information there. Kind of wish I'd taken the time to read some more of the stuff in the first game. Marty Beaver. Hey, Marty. I don't think I really have anything to sell right now. So long, Marty. Ah, there's Zoltan. Let's talk to him. And I think I'm gonna have to end it there.
Good to see you, Zoltan. What are you doing so far from home?
It's a dog's life, Geralt, I'll tell you that much. You work your fingers to the bone for 6 years, you listen to the tirades of that old tyrant Breckenrig, you buy jewels. Then she breaks off the engagement. And there I was, learning the gavotte.
Poor guy.
Fuck it. Out of sight, out of mind. Farewell to Eudora, the forge in Novigrad, and all the world's Breckenrigs. I'm a plain merchant, and I've made my peace with that.
Ah, we can arm wrestle him. I need new weapons.
Is there a good swordsmith or blacksmith here?
There's a small smithy by the wall. Quite basic. The tools probably remember the conjunction of the spheres, but it'll do for weapon repairs. They also enhance swords with runes, and add ornamentation to armor. Just don't do anything that'll make you look like Dandelion at the opening of a new brothel. You could also look in on some merchants. I don't think Laredo's robbed them of everything yet.
I know Laredo's plans.
How are those biceps holding up, Zoltan?
Wait!
Hard as a bull's bollocks. Arm wrestling's a
Alright, I guess we're arm wrestling first. I wasn't trying to do that, but...
I'll arm wrestle you anytime. Now, even.
Let's do it. Show me what you got.
Show me those bull's bollocks, then.
Oh, he's tougher than the other guy. But I'm tougher than he is. Sorry, Zoltan.
Your hand's like a vice.
It wasn't easy.
If you ever run into my old mates Yarpin or Sheldon, promise me you'll take them on. They'll be surprised.
So is this the new professional fighting thing? Like from the previous one where you punch people?
I spoke to the Commandant. The future hardly looks bright for the non-humans in Flotsam.
That fucker's only waiting for an excuse. One small provocation by Yorvith and he'll attack us.
How do you know?
Heard it by chance. Saw him walking through the port one night talking to himself, the batty bastard. He mentioned a new order and a world for humans only. He laughed and shouted curses at the prison barge. The scum is up to something. Yorvith must sense it. He's doing everything not to provoke Laredo, but his Scoia'tael might have a different opinion and less restraint.
How are you killing time in this hellhole?
At present, polishing gems for Sheila de Tanserville. Requires precision.
Can't get by.
Jewelry?
Not quite. The sorceress is building a magical contraption.
Is that Dandelion?
Spends her days staring at it. A regular magpie eyeing a copper. But I don't think she's getting anywhere with it. Got so enraged one time she dashed a vase against the wall. Some temperament, those sorceresses. I'm telling you.
Take care of yourself there. It's drizzed.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Ulig.
Your pubes white too? Say
Warhammer.
something. Or did you just fart?
Greetings. Ooh. Oh, red light. I might have to cut something. Oh dear. Nobody here. Ooh. Sorry. I'm looting your stuff. I don't think this is stealing. I mean, nothing's marked as... It's not marking it as theft. I don't know, man. Ah, bathtub. Bath sounds really nice. I stayed in a hotel a while back and they had this enormous jacuzzi type tub. Ah, so relaxing. Oh, yes! Okay, we're doing this before I sign off.
You don't see it. Don't look him in the eyes. Never.
What's going on here?
A competition, brother.
With the port closed, we're bored off our asses. Care to take part?
What are the rules?
The contenders put their coin down, winner takes all.
No other rules.
Drop your opponent and make sure he stays down.
Simple.
So, are you fighting, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a fresher like you, brother.
Damn right.
Good for starters. Put your coin down. So, what'll it?
Let's do this.
I'm ready.
Gentlemen, let the dance begin.
Wait till he drops his fucking guard.
What up, you dukes? Oh. Man. Brutal. I don't intend to lose my 10 orans there, bud. Sorry. Ooh. Ooh. Stomp right in the chest there.
Left hook. Watch out.
Wouldn't want to get on your bad side. Up for another, brother.
You know it. Let's do it.
Who's up next?
Corb Ransel, known as Flip Arse.
Strange name.
Does everything backwards. Sleeps in daytime, drinks before he eats, and tells women to get dressed before he plows them.
Flip.
Well, the last one was a little weird, but the other two, what's wrong with that?
So, what'll it be?
Yeah, I'm maxing out. I'm confident.
Gentlemen, let the dance begin.
Might be overconfident, but confident. Ooh, he's a big boy, too. Look at those abs. Muscly man, we knock him down.
He drops his fucking guard.
Oh, clothesline. Smash.
Hey, champ.
What?
I can tell you're a serious contender. Far too good for this.
The guy praying in the background.
Believe you me, I know what I'm talking about.
So? I don't know you.
They call me King Ziggy because I pay like a king. If you want a taste of fame and riches, look for me by the inn in the evenings. I'll take you to the right place.
That was fucking poetry. Up for another,
Golf
brother.
clap. Yeah.
Who's up next?
I knew you'd end up fighting each other.
Who's that?
Tidy Tib. The bastard eats honey
These
straight from the
names are
hive,
great.
drinks for 4, and some say he can hang a bucket full of water from his cock. You better get a solid coin pouch ready. So what'll it be?
Who says that?
I'm ready.
Gentlemen, let the dance begin.
Let's dance, boys.
In the kidneys!
Oh, headbutt.
In the kidneys!
Oh. Yeah, right in the kidneys.
Wouldn't want to get on your bad side. Congratulations! You dropped some of the toughest brawlers. Well done. Tournament's over.
There we won.
He dropped his fucking guard. Wanna dance, white teddy?
Oh, quite bold of you to say. Now, I saw a guy in the corner here.
I can make no sense of this relic I have been entrusted. The gods have not granted me understanding of it. Perhaps Providence grants you luck, and then I shall give you this prize. Perhaps you will make better use of it.
Oh, it's a dice game. Nah. Wait, are you allowed to raise at the beginning like that? I guess you are in poker, so it's not really that odd. Yeah. Oh! You gave up?
You are lucky, traveler, but not enough. It does not look as though the gods decree that you should bear up my burden.
What are you talking about, man?
I can make no sense of this relic.
I won. They have to beat him? I mean, he resigned. Not my fault. I lost?
It does not look as though Providence has given...
I'm gonna keep trying.
You are... I can...
It's a draw. Why does he keep resigning?
You are luck.
Does it have to be... Do I have to bet more or something? Is that what this is? Didn't say anything about that. Ooh, nice. There we go. Now.
You are lucky, traveler. But
What?
not enough. It does not look as though the gods decree that you should bear up my burden.
I wiped the floor with you.
I can make...
Well, screw you then.
Punches lights out!
Screw that guy. Con artist. Ooh, storage. Good, good. I'm gonna store Raven's armor for now. Alright. Well, that's where I'm going to have to leave it off for this session. Thank you very much for joining me for part 3 of The Witcher 2. Looks like the new bottle of wine will have to wait until the next session. At any rate, thank you for sticking with me this long, and I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful evening.